Hey Narwhals, I'm your host Luke Narwhal, and welcome back to another weight loss video. Hope you enjoy. Shout it from the rooftops, weight loss isn't always linear, and it shouldn't be fast. A reminder if you need it. 1. Rapid, dramatic weight loss might feel really good in the short term, but it generally comes from drastic lifestyle change. Is that lifestyle change sustainable? Are you super restricted and planning on moving to more calories once you reach your goal? If you don't think you can maintain the changes you made for the rest of your life, the weight will come back on. 2. Human bodies fluctuate. We are driven by hormones in our environments, and circumstances can have a real impact on our endocrine systems. Increased cortisol levels because you had a bad day at work, and that will have an impact. Woke up in the night, that will also have an impact. Give yourself a 6-pound bracket around your ideal weight for those natural fluctuations, and don't sweat the small spikes. Your body is amazing and is running on a system built to be responsive. If you are a person who has periods, track your cycle and really get to know your body. Information is everything, and you can be banging your head against a wall not understanding why you are not losing weight in any way that makes sense. Spoiler alert, it's probably your period. 3. Yes, calories in, calories out works, and there are patronizing seco purists who just say, just count it, nothing else matters. But it's so reductive. You are a beautiful, complex, flawed ace person, and not just an energy exchange with legs. Don't sweat it if you go over your kcals for the day. Use all that you've learned to inform the next day. You've got to know yourself better. It's really important to maintain a deficit, but if you don't manage it for a day or two, don't see it as a failure and a free pass to think, frig it, I've already failed, might as well go binge and go way over. Equally, don't then restrict to a dangerous degree to earn those kcals back. I remember in the beginning not eating an apple because it put me 30 kcals over my goal on MyFitnessPal. Eat the friggin' apple. 4. Progress paused is not progress lost. When I first started intentionally losing weight, it was all quite rapid. It was maybe only 8 weeks in and I dropped 30 pounds and felt pretty smug. Then the wheels came off a little bit and the next 20 pounds have taken me a year to lose. And I'm actually totally okay if it takes me another year or 18 months to lose my last 20 pounds. I shifted my expectations. I no longer saw it as a failure if I didn't lose 2 or 3 pounds plus a week. I have had 6-month periods where I've not lost anything, but my body has changed. My relationship to my body has changed. I've not dropped a dress size, but I can run 10 miles. I took some selfies that made me feel good. I ate some food that nourished me. When I wasn't losing weight as fast as I wanted previously, I was a little angry woman whose anxiety was through the roof and lacked any perspective. Focus on the progress you've made overall and celebrate the slightly more esoteric victories. I'm well on my way to a lifelong sustainable weight loss. If it's gonna be forever, isn't it okay that it takes a little while to get there? There isn't a single situation in life that is all or nothing. Why does the journey to being healthier have to be? Your sense of achievement doesn't have to be defined by preset notions of success. Your journey will look different to mine, and your timescale will be different, but I'm proud of how far you've come. Even if you're reading this and it's the first day you've ever tried to get in shape, you're mint and you've got this. Too long didn't read? Be kind to yourself. Celebrate your wins, even if they aren't related to numbers on a scale, and don't rush to lose weight. I've learned that my body sheds weight in fits and starts. The scale won't move for 2 weeks or even goes up, and then whoosh, one day it all goes down in a rush. Rinse and repeat. From late 2013 to 2015, I lost about 100 pounds. I remember one day when I got off work, and within a 2-hour span, I needed to pee so badly 3 different times. Since it was my day off, I didn't have much to drink, so I thought it was weird, and decided to weigh myself for the second time that day. I had dropped 3 pounds from the morning, and I never gained it back until about a year later. It was weird. Even now, I can tell when I'm in a quick drop after holding around the same weight. I'm constantly needing to pee regardless of what I do or don't drink. I just had another one of those days yesterday, but it was only 1 pound or so this time. I've never seen a massive drop like that one described above. Really nice post, thank you. I lost around 35 pounds on a very restrictive program. Took me about 4 months. Gained it all back. So I'm doing it differently this time. Working out, taking walks, calories in, calories out, but also staying away from things that make me feel icky or bloated. It's been a struggle. My body is fluctuating between 144 and 142, seems like for 3 weeks, but I'm sticking to it. Not binging, drinking lots of water, and it is frustrating to say the least, but I'm doing it anyway. Thank you for this. I needed it today. In the middle of my weight loss journey, and I keep losing my focus on what's most important here, my health. Not reaching the goal as fast as possible. A healthy, happy, something to be proud of lifestyle, something sustainable. Screw what the scale says. Forget everyone else pushing their diet on you. Find you and love you. Thank you for this reminder. Good advice. I agree with number 3. SECO is the underlying mechanic of all weight loss, but you don't have to hit your calorie goal exactly every single day. Some days you're going to be over a bit, some days under a bit. What really matters is that over the long term, your average deficit meets your goal. But even if it doesn't, that's not the end of the world. As long as you're at some deficit, you're making progress, even if it might not be as fast as you were originally planning. And absolutely to number 4, it's totally okay to pause your diet. I've even read that you should plan to pause along the way. Eat at a deficit for 8 to 12 weeks, then take a few weeks to pause and eat at maintenance. There's no reason you have to do everything in one straight shot. Plan to pause here and there, just be sure the breaks are at maintenance and not overeating at a surplus. Take a break, but don't go in reverse and start gaining again. In truth, I love your tone through this post. It really emphasizes the kindness we should be showing to ourselves as we want to make positive changes. I just went on a lunchtime cycle, which always ends on a tricky uphill, curse living on a hill, lol, and as it was growing tougher, I kept giving myself a pep talk. You're doing amazing. You're not even stopping for a break. I want your autograph. And other pleasantries, and I honestly felt so good. Loving yourself throughout your progress is really important. So very, very true. I wish I'd absorbed this earlier in my life. I wasted so much time. Anyway, I lost around 30 pounds slowly over 3 years before I even started to register that something about my lifestyle had changed that was possibly finally working in my favor. Since at the time I was making absolutely no effort to pay attention to my diet or exercise, depression, it was pretty easy to just take a deep breath and make some effort just to see if I could finally, after all this time, move the weight. Because I had failed so many times before, I just had a simple checklist system to start. Nothing to scare me off. I tried to be better most of the time. I tried to make myself clean up one thing a day somewhere in my environment and try to move 10k steps. That was it. Do my best and don't stop. Along the way, I did things like start to get groceries delivered so I wasn't shopping with my eyes, nose, and stomach. I ordered myself a case of oranges for my birthday. I put the deep fryer away and took the air fryer out of its box. This way, I lost another 50 pounds within the next year and another dozen or so pounds since this time last year. I'm like a size 12 now. So far, I'm hanging out there for a while because I bought some cool clothes pre-pandemic and I'd still like to get to wear them. I'm thinking of maybe shooting for losing another 5 pounds a year or so from here on out, or not. I don't hate where I am either. When I look at my Fitbit progress, it's laboriously slow, but now I also don't worry for 2 seconds anymore if I will ever put that kind of old weight back on again. Yes to all of this. I was reflecting today on the fact that I just hit 20 pounds lost in 6 months, and am about to be back to my pre-pandemic weight. I had previously lost a similar amount in 2019, then got completely derailed by 2020 and gained it all back. It was a blow to have to work my way back down the scale again, but I really feel like this time around, I came away with much better skills for maintaining long term that I clearly didn't have at the end of 2019. I'm no longer in a rush to get to the end, and I don't even have a specific goal weight right now, because I've realized there is no finish line here, and it's all about building a new lifestyle that I can maintain. I can't control when my body lets go of the excess weight, but I can control my habits, and that's all I try to focus on. I've always preached, don't eat back your calories. I still do to a degree. A couple of months ago, I started eating back my exercise calories from my daily walks. I had noticed I was still hungry at the end of the day and figured if I lose weight a little more slowly, that's fine. I had my app set for 1 pound a week, but was losing a little faster than that, so shrug. All that happened is that my weight loss adjusted closer to 1 pound per week instead of 1.5 per week, which perfectly lined up with what my app said. So it seems that my app and watch have done a good job calculating my exercise calories. Now, do I recommend everyone do this? No way. There are too many factors to consider. But if you do eat back your exercise calories and you're still losing, don't stress about it. Different things work for different folks. And that brings us to the end of the video, Narwhals. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, please tap subscribe to join our awesome community, the Narwhals, and for more weight loss stories that help you stay on track. And here's our featured Narwhal of the day. 5'2" female first post on the subreddit. I've lost around 33.1 pounds, 15 kilos in the last 2.5 months. Here are my before and afters. I have hit a plateau since I had to take a steroid for an allergic reaction, and I'm hoping that fades soon so I can continue with my goals. My BMI starting was 30 and now 22.